So today I wanted to review this book. It is called The Weekend Doesn't End Well for Anyone by Cathrine Mack. This book I thought was actually a good story overall. So it is about this author who writes murder mysteries, and she is going on a trip to the Bahamas for a murder mystery conference, and murder seems to follow her everywhere, and she ends up solving it and writing about murders. So while they're in the Bahamas, several people die, and she is also being threatened and is worried about her own safety. So she's trying to solve these murders alongside her boyfriend Oliver and her enemies. So that's a very interesting concept that I found good to be able to follow through with all these other side characters that I felt like was interesting. The thing about this book though is, while I enjoyed the book and like the storyline and the ending, I did struggle to read it, and that is just because of how it was written. It was written where Eleanor not only is telling this story, but also speaking to you directly, randomly throughout the dialogue. And so I had a hard time following the story, and then when she was talking to me as the reader, it was like you were in her mind at some points, and then sometimes it was just the story. And then there was also footnotes, and with footnotes you're reading up here, then you're reading down here, and then you're going back, and I struggled to follow along with that. So that may not be bothersome for some people. Unfortunately, that is just not my preference of reading, because I do struggle to follow along with that. However, saying that, I do think it was a good book. It also teaches you how to write murder mysteries throughout the entire book, and I did enjoy that. But because of my reading preferences, I would give this a 3.5 out of 5. But I would recommend you read it if those writing preferences do not bother you. And I would like to hear your feedback on what you thought of the book as well. So yeah.